Hello and welcome to the Para Hills High School information session, Literacy Intervention and the Parent Pack.
Para Hills High School acknowledges the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of this country we gather and learn on.
We recognise and respect their rich and continuing cultural heritage, beliefs and connection with the land and waters of the Adelaide region.
We pay our highest respect to Kaurna elders of the past and present and extend this respect to all Aboriginal people.
We value the diverse cultures and knowledge you bring to Para Hills High School and our community.
Our school invites you with us to honour the Kaurna people, understand that we all play a role in caring for country, and acknowledge that this country always was and always will be Aboriginal land.
We have multiple ways of supporting students at Para Hills High School. We differentiate in class, which means that student work is tailored to support their learning. We have Inspire, which is an intervention in which students work outside of classes in small groups to rapidly develop basic literacy skills. We have Life Skills Literacy, which is an intervention in which students work in small groups to develop literacy skills based in real-world tasks and connect to culture. And we have the Individual Learning English classes. They're an intense English class that focus on building literacy skills and working on learning area content at the same time. The types of literacy support have been carefully selected to meet your child's needs based on individual assessments and goals. We have multiple ways in which students are selected for literacy support, and it's based on data collection from classes and assessments. So some of our assessments include the New Group Reading Test, NAPLAN, PAT-R, the Phonological Awareness Screening Test, and the Module Placement Test. The New Group Reading Test lets us know the reading age of the student. NAPLAN and PAT-R let us know how they're going in comparison to students in their same year. The Phonological Awareness Screening Test lets us see what basic literacy skills the students have. And the Module Placement Test tells us which module we need to place your students in. Literacy skills are vital to student learning across all subjects. Along with in-class differentiation, literacy intervention supports students in accessing the curriculum no matter their literacy abilities. Students will often be asked to read to learn, therefore supporting them in learning to read can increase their abilities across all subject areas. We make an effort to communicate with all subject teachers to ensure that students attending intervention and missing lessons do not miss out on the same opportunities as their peers. We also assure that students are not penalised for missing any lessons due to intervention. If you have any further questions about literacy intervention or your child's particular program, contact information has been provided on the consent letter and in the parent pack. I'm happy to book a meeting with you to discuss this in person. Please discuss the need for support with your students as they often do not understand the long-term outcomes of improving their literacy skills. There are basic literacy skills in all jobs. For example, reading instructions, contracts, and writing job applications. By participating in literacy programs, this will benefit your child, not just at school, but throughout their life. Our parent pack supports students in developing their reading and writing and oral literacy skills. It has resources to support your student to increase their literacy skills and written instructions for games. Oral literacy is the foundation of communication, shaping how we express ideas, understand others, and engage with the world. Strong oral literacy skills enhance listening, critical thinking, and social interaction, forming the basis of reading and writing development. In education, dialogic teaching and structured discussions foster deeper comprehension and confidence, helping students articulate thoughts effectively. Beyond the classroom, oral literacy supports lifelong learning, career success, and active participation in society. By prioritising spoken language skills, we empower individuals to connect, collaborate, and thrive in an increasingly complex world. The only way to get better at reading is to read. Students should be reading every day. There are multiple ways for them to access texts. They will be provided at-level texts for in-class reading. They can borrow from our library. They can access our school library system through EdPass and search and reserve for books on their own computer. This can be done at home. All books reserved are then placed aside for them, and students can collect them from the library. All students have access to Sora, which is our online digital library. They have access to thousands of ebooks and audiobooks every day. This is also accessible through EdPass. In our pack, we have Speed Scrabble with the instructions included, a writing book which can be used as a journal or for short story writing, and 365 writing prompts, one for each day. We've got conversation starters, which are fantastic to use around the dinner table. We've got Book Bingo and Tackle Your TBR. So Book Bingo and Tackle Your TBR are games to support students in selecting and reading books. Book Bingo is something that you can do with your students. You would be playing against your student to see who can get bingo on their bingo card first. And Tackle Your TBR is a bit of a board game. We also have a phonics board game with instructions included and counters. So how often should the pack be used? It would be really beneficial for the students to read every day. The games in the pack can be played a few times each week. It would be beneficial if the students write multiple times a week as well. This will depend on their load of other classwork and homework depending from other classes. So there are other resources that you can access. There are all sorts of really simple language games that you can play with your students, such as Would You Rather. A couple of examples of these would be, would you rather only eat burgers for a week or only eat ice cream for a week? Would you rather be covered in hair or have no hair at all? Would you rather have super weird dreams forever or never dream again? These are really fun games, and you can find all sorts of would you rather questions online. You can play I Spy and Hangman. You could play Cliffhangers. So Cliffhangers is a game where you write a story together as a group. The game is that the previous part is folded over so that only the last bit of the story can be seen, and the other players have to write based on that small bit of information. At the end of the game, the story is read aloud. There are some blogs, online blogs, that also have great resources out there. This blog in particular highlights a variety of ideas in how you can include literacy and literacy games in different parts of your life. For example, literacy in nature or literacy in the kitchen. Some things that would be some everyday activities that you would use literacy would be writing shopping lists, reading instructions to build any games or flat pack furniture. You can include your students in all of these activities to show them how often their literacy skills are used in everyday life. Thank you very much for listening to this talk. Feel free to contact me if you have any further questions. You can call the front office and leave a message. I'll get back to you to book a meeting or a meeting time. You can email me using the contact details in the pack. Thank you.